What's going on, Wargamers? This is Budget Wargamer back, and we're going to cover the Warhammer 40,000 First Strike. This is the $40 US introductory set. So this is geared towards people that are just basically really new to the hobby, that don't know how to put models together at the same level as a veteran. They don't understand complex rules yet, and it's geared to get their feet wet. That's not to say that it's not a kit that veterans couldn't pick up, because the models that are actually in this set are completely unique. So you won't find these models in either the Dark Imperium set or in the No Fear sets. So it makes it worth picking up just because of that. You can also buy them individually. So this makes up 4 different individual sets that are combined into one with some extra bonuses. So not only do you get the basic core rules to help you learn how to play in a hobby guide, you also get some stat cards, which are handy for reference. You get some dice, tape measure, and you get a fold-out battle mat, which is pretty neat. So this fold-out battle mat tells you how to play through some of the missions, and it's real small. It's a couple feet by a couple feet, so it's not a full-size board, but it gives you something more interesting to look at than simply putting the models out on a bare table. So that's good to know. Now we got this a while back, and we got it mainly just for the models, but I started to think about it, and not only is it a good value, you're getting $60 worth of the model kits, since each of these 4 kits that are included in here are $15 a piece, but you're also getting the rules and all that other stuff. So if you're a veteran and you're already playing with the full core rule set, you'll probably just not even read through the book, probably just toss it right in the trash. But still, these cards, let's take a look at these cards, are still potentially worth looking at. So we've got a card for the Reivers squad, which gives you the rules. It's got some nice artwork on the back side of it. We've got the Intercessor squad, their rules. So these are good quick reference. They're large. These are 5x7, something like that. So they make nice wall art. If you wanted to frame them, they'd be pretty cool. Here's a Pox Walker, and then their basic rules. So this is just good reference to have out on the table as you guys are playing the game and getting to understand. So here's Plague Marines, awesome art there, and their basic rules as well. So this way you guys can get a sense of, get a handle on the game. Now the rule book is not we'll take a look at the models here in just a moment too. But the rule book's definitely not full rules. It just breaks down the different phases, shows you some cool pictures to get you inspired. A lot of the contents come from the Dark Imperium box set. So it does even go over the psychic phase. So even though there's no psychers involved in the set, it still explains that to you. So shooting phase, a lot of that had taken place obviously at 40K. Charge phase, fight phase, morale phase. So it takes you all the way through those phases. Explains fighting a battle, getting warlord traits, just real basic. So this is not a replacement for the fact that you are going to need to pick up the Dark Imperium starter set at some point to be able to get a more complete version of the rule book, even if you just get that soft cover. All right, and then you have the read this first. So this gives you fluff and background, how to put together your models, and all the models that are in this kit are the easy build. So they're not the same as the No Fear models, not just from the sake of the poses, but these models just slide right into their slot bases, and you don't have to glue them on. So these are no glue required, which makes them even easier to put together. So let's take a look first at what comes in the Marine side of it, the Space Marine side. And we've got an Intercessor Sergeant and 2 Marines. So what makes these guys different is that this sergeant has his helmet off, he's pointing, rifle down. This guy has a scanner, and this guy here has the Emperor's seal there. So you get 3 of them. It's not a full-size squad. So another thing that makes this set not complete is that the squads that are in it are not the minimum size to field most of the units in the game. So you have to keep that in consideration, where if you buy the No Fear set, which I recommend also buying, that's for $80. It comes in the color-coded plastic. See, I'm weird. I recommend getting the Dark Imperium, the No Fear, and First Strike. It helps you from a completist standpoint to get more of the models, but I feel like the Dark Imperium set has a lot of models in it that are worth doubling down on, such as the Hellblasters, the Intercessor Marines, so you can get full-size squads, you know, just things like that. But you have to get the Dark Imperium set to get some of the special characters and the Ancients and that. So, but you get 3 of these guys, so we'll set them aside because I like those models. And then you get, this was the first introduction of the Space Marine Reivers, which are like the new version of the Scouts. And you get 3 of those, and they're unique to this set. They're the only easy build Reivers out there. The other set was the 10-man squad, which had a lot more options. But these guys just go together, and they've got the pistols and the close combat weapons. So cool masks. They've got the little skull type masks on there. That set would normally be $15 for the set of 3. I picked up a couple of them because I wanted to field a squad of 5. So what I did is I bought an extra set, used the 2 non-sergeants from that set to make a squad of 5. Now we'll dive into what's going on the Chaos side. So we've got Nurgle Plague Marines, and we've got 3 unique new poses. So these guys are good to add into either the No Fear or Dark Imperium set because they don't exist otherwise. And what you're getting is a sergeant, or the type. He's got a plasma gun on his back, and he's got a power fist. So that makes him a very strong model. We've also got this guy here with, I believe that's a blight launcher. Could be wrong on that. And then you've got normal guy with a tentacle holding onto his bolt pistol or bolter. So those 3, those are also unique and only included in either the First Strike set or separately in the Plague Marines easy to build 3-man starter set. And then last but not least, we've got these 6 awesome models. I really like these Poxwalkers, but unfortunately you need hordes of them. And for this starter set, you're going to get 6 of them that are also unique to this starter set. So all 6 of these poses don't exist in either of the other box sets other than the separate Poxwalkers easy to build set, of which the contents from this set make up those 4 initial easy to build boxes. So you're going to get like this bloated fellow with a big belly and some, you know, swollen, nubbed out hands. You get this guy holding an axe, another one dragging grenades on a chain, sounds dangerous. This guy's got a tentacle growing out of him. And then this guy here is mutating, and this guy has a hammer and some type of chisel, I suppose, for breaking through stuff. But the really gross models, we'll have to go through a how to paint these set. So I recommend if you've picked this up, I recommend getting the I think it's a $33 or $35 starter paint set that should help you not only clip the models out, but you're going to get some. It's right here, Citadel Essentials. You're going to get 13 paints, a brush, some plastic glue, and some cutters. And this is definitely worth picking up because it's going to have the basic paints to help you get started, although you can't do any really, you don't have a huge variety of paints, but 13 is certainly well worth it. And is the price tag still on here? No, 33 or 35 bucks. So you pick that up with the First Strike starter set to help you get started. And then I recommend picking up like a Krylon Ultra Flat Camouflage Spray Paint, your choice of color there. Maybe even 2 of them, one for the Marines, one for the Plague Marines. And that way you can get started in this set the right way. Now, despite this Essentials kit coming with the plastic glue, it comes with the thick plastic glue and a small bottle at that. And it will help you put these guys together. And even though these guys are easy build, they just snap together. You don't have to use glue. I highly recommend it. But what I actually like to do, this is one of the best glues out there. This is also made by Games Workshop, and this is Citadel plastic glue. This is the thin variety. And this set has this precision tip. So it's a metal tip, not sharp like a syringe or anything. But because it's not made out of plastic, it has a hard time focusing. Because it's not made out of plastic, it doesn't clog, which makes it fantastic. This bottle also, being thin, goes right where it needs to. You can see it's real thin in there. It doesn't get goopy, and the thick plastic glue ends up getting stringy, and you get strands of plastic glue sometimes in your model. Even after you prime, you find little what seem like hairs of the plastic glue. So this is the one I recommend picking up. This bottle's like $6, I think, and even though 0.7 fluid ounces doesn't sound like much, it's like half a shot. It'll put together practically an entire army, so don't underestimate that. I always keep that around. That is the best glue. Way better than super glue. And I recommend on the plastic, don't use super glue. Just get the plastic glue. You know, super glue is made more for metal models and resin models where plastic glue won't work. But this thin plastic glue actually like fuses the plastic together. So you cannot basically break those guys apart, which is awesome because then these guys are going to survive years of hobby use. So that's the First Strike starter set for the Warhammer 40,000 game. You go ahead and pick it up at your local retailer or your local Games Workshop for $40 and get started on the hobby. It's a great way to get in and certainly something that meets our budget.